Hi, my name is Shrey, and today I'll be explaining question 2 from Leetcode's most recent weekly competition, 202. So question 2 is minimum operations to make array equal. Yeah, just wanted to see this one. Yeah, so question 2 is make minimum operations to make array equal, and basically giving an integer n which generates an array. You need to return the minimum number of moves to make the array equal. So I know this these directions are quite lengthy, so I'm just going to go ahead straight into the examples to explain. Yeah, just to explain a little bit more clear. So, example 1, and then example 2. Yeah, so we have two examples, example 1 and example 2. So what the question essentially is asking you to do, and it's asking you to return the minimum number of moves to make the array equal. So first of all, what is the array, and how do we generate the array given this input n? So we're given n, which equals 3. So you always, to generate the array given by the instructions, you start off at 1, then you keep on adding 2 till you reach n equals 3. So you start off with 1 where n equals 1, and you add 2, n equals 2, now you add another 2 to get 5 where n equals 3. So you keep on adding 2 starting from 1. Example 2, what would that be? Start off at 1 and go to 3, and 5, 7, 9, then 11. Just keep on adding 2 till you get 6 elements. Example 1 till you get 3 elements. So now what the question is asking you to do is you have to make the array equal, and the way you do that is you take 2 elements, and one of the elements you increment and the other element you decrement. So because n equals 3 and our median value is 3, we need to get this 1 and 5 equal to 3, 2. So we say 2, 3, 4, because you increment 1 and you decrement 5, and that happened once. And now 3, 3, 3, because you increment 2, decrement 4, and that happens twice. So now you just want to return 2 as your final answer. So yeah, that's the case if you have an odd n, and that's something to keep in mind to the solution, because we'll be needing that later on. So now for this case, our median value isn't in our so-called generated array. The median value in this case is 6. So we would say 6, 3, 5, 7, 9, 6, and that will take us 6 times to do. I'm just skipping ahead a little bit, because I don't want to go through each example saying 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, all the way to 6. So in this case, going from 1 to 6 and 11 to 6 is actually 5 times. My bad. I don't know why I said 6. So now we need to get this 3 and 9 to 6. So 3, 6, 5, 7, 6, 6. And that is going to take us another 3 times, because 6 minus 3 or 9 minus 6 is 3. Finally, we need to change this 5 and 7 to a 6. That will take us 1 time. I'm going to go ahead and say that that's 8, that's 9. So we would return 9. So yeah, that's the entire explanation for this question, and let's just go straight into the solution for this now. So you can have two cases. You can have an example where n is odd or n is even, basically. So let's tackle the n is even case first. So what we have to do is we need to find our median value, which is 6. And now we need to go either to the right or the left. So if our median value is 6, all the numbers to the left of it are 1, 3, and 5. So we have to say 6 minus 1 is 5, 6 minus 3 is 3, and 6 minus 5 is 1. So you'd return 9. And you can do that on the other side too. 11 minus 6 is 5, 9 minus 6 is 3, 7 minus 6 is 1. So in that case, it would also be 9. So yeah, that's the case if we have an n equals even number, and if n equals an odd number, or n equals 3, there's just a slight modification. Our median value is not the average of it's not the average of 5 and 7. It's just the straight middle element, which is 3. So you take all the elements to the left of 3, which in this case is only 1, and you say 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2, and then that's it, because that's the only element to the left of 3. So you're going to return 2 in this case. So yeah, that's the entire solution to this question. Just find the median value, take all the elements to the left of the median value, and just add it to this count variable. But if you're still a little bit confused, I'm going to go ahead and explain it one more time in pseudocode, just to make it a little bit more clear. So the first thing you need to do is you need to declare a count variable, or any variable which you're going to return your temp variable, which represents what the median value is, and then your minus variable. And the reason I have this minus variable is because I don't want to generate the entire array, because that would just take way too long. So instead, what I'm doing is I'm using this minus to minus to supposedly generate the array and add to my count variable. So this minus variable is what's going to help me figure out what count I need to add it to. And I'll explain that a little bit onwards. So you're going to declare a count equal to 0, your temp equal to 0, and your minus equal to 1. And I'll explain that a little bit later. So the next step is you need to say if your n is an odd number first. Because it can be either odd or it can be even. So if your n is an odd number, then you need to generate your median value first. So generate temp. And the formula for that is right here. I'm not going to get too much into it. It's pretty intuitive. I'll just give you a quick example. If we have 1, 3, and 5, and our temp value is 3, well then 3 divided by 2 rounded down is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, and that's just pretty intuitive. It's going to work for any n value. So once we have our temp, which is generated, just give me a second, we need to take for each value to the left of median. So that's just the number of times we're going to execute this for loop. And you want to say count plus equals our temp minus minus. And then you want to add 2 to your minus. So yeah, I know these two lines are a bit confusing, so I'll go ahead and do my best to explain what they mean. So say you have 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So in this case, n equals 5. So there's only 2 elements to the left of this median value. So for each value to the left of the median value, we want to say count, which is 0, plus equals our temp value, which is a median value, in this case 5, minus our minus. And our minus starts off at 1. So 5 minus 1 equals 4. And that's why I incremented minus by 2 now, to get to this supposed 3 element, or this 3 number in our supposed array. So now 5 minus 3 equals 2. And then 4 plus 2 is 6, so that's what we would return. So you're just incrementing this minus every 2 times to get to the next position in the array, essentially. Yeah, and from here, all you want to do is, after you break out of the loop, you just want to return your count value. One more thing, it's pretty repetitive, but if you have n equals even number, then the only thing which is going to change in this code is our temp value. And in this case, generate temp is 1, not 1, it would just be this right here. So this would be our new temp value if n is even. Again, it's pretty intuitive. I'll just go ahead and explain it one time. So let's say n equals 4. So our value needs to be 4 right here. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, and that's how we're going to generate the median if n equals even. So yeah, that's the entire solution to this question. It may be a little bit confusing, but once you figure out the count, temp, and the minus aspect to how I solve this problem, it should be pretty straightforward. As always, if you have any questions, just remember to leave them down in the comments below. And as always, if this video helped you in any way, please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.